Well, hello, it's 7 o'clock, everyone. Welcome to MAD, Monica After Dark, with your host, Monica. And today's topic is confession. Have you guys ever thought about something you did or a confession you wanted to tell someone, but you was always scared to be judged or embarrassed or just not really ready for it? I'm your confessionist pastor today, so let's start confessing. I asked you guys throughout the week to send me a couple of questions, so I could answer it as truthful as possible. And today's episode is just that: confessions, raw, uncut, unedited. And thank you for joining. It's 7 o'clock, and we're live and mad. Thank you so much. I'm going to get closer to the screen just because I'm going to be interacting with you guys today. And I definitely want you guys to ask me questions and I want to be able to answer it. And the only way to do it is to be up close and personal with you guys. On another note, I don't know if you guys noticed something new. My logo, my sign, MAD, finally it's up and running. So thank you, Lord. They were able to send me another one because it was almost $300. Ain't nobody got time to pay for another one. So I was very demure. I was very polite. But if they weren't going to send it to me, I was going to do a dispute and get my money back because that was a lot of money. So yeah, we're up and running. But I feel so powerful and I feel so blessed to have my sign because it's like a staple of who I am. This whole logo, the color, the sign, everything. So, guys, I want to start this topic today with I want to ask you guys questions. So that's why I wanted you guys to interact. I want to ask you guys questions and I want to see, what kind of answers you guys, and I'll answer them as well, right? So let's just see all the crazy stories we have. So the first question that I want to ask is, was the pettiest reason you stopped talking to someone? And guys, these questions, you guys asked them. So I'm just going by what you guys asked. I did get over 50 questions and I didn't get them all. So I got the ones that I think that could be the most funniest and the nice, like the most audience engagement. So what's the pettiest reason you stopped talking to someone? I'll tell you mine. The pettiest reason I stopped talking to someone was because they were a bad tipper. So throughout our date, he was very like trying to order for me, like in the menu. He would try to order things, and I'm very picky when it comes to eating food. I don't eat a lot of stuff. So every time he would recommend something, I'll be like, no, I don't eat that. Or no, I'm allergic to that. Right. And it was just to let him know, listen, let me pick my own stuff. So long story short, the bill came and it was like, let's just say it was like 39.08. He rounded it off to 40, and that's when he tipped the waitress. And she was so nice. She was so friendly. She was so fast with our service and everything. I ended up giving her a $10 tip on the side. But that alone was, as soon as I left that restaurant, I even deleted his number. I didn't even block it. I deleted it. So like that, when they call again, it could look like a spam. That's one of the pettiest reasons I think I stopped talking to someone. If I see that you're a bad tipper, especially when we're getting like good service, hello. Yeah. Um, hey, beautiful sis. Hello there, Hungry Eddie. Hey. Having bad breath. Stephanie, you stop talking to somebody because they have bad breath? Yeah. Fun fact, Stephanie, fun fact. I used to talk to this guy. And in the beginning, when you meet someone, you're just like in awe with them and everything they do and say is like, oh, right? Yeah, that happened to me. And so the first couple of times, right? I guess we wasn't in that close proximity where I didn't smell it 100%. But yeah, um, that was a determining factor for me to stop talking to him. It was just too much. And it felt like every time I smelled his breath, it was going inside my pores. It was going inside my lungs. I'm just like, oh my God. It wasn't even like, like a cigarette smell. It wasn't even like just you ate something bad smell. It was like coming from the root of the organs, of the intestines, of the gut, right? And so when you smell that, you're like focus pocus. It's like you've been transformed, right? That's what it felt like for me. It felt like I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't think that's a petty reason to stop talking to someone. I think that you need to take care of your hygiene and your personal space, and you shouldn't be enduring that smell from anybody. So yeah, totally agree with you, Stephanie. Bad breath is a turn off. The best sister ever. Eddie, I love you, Poppy. I love you so much. Thank you for joining, Eddie. Gordon, you never here. Thank you for joining. I love you, Daddy. That's my little brother, everybody. Say hi to Eddie. What's something you can what's something that you've done in public that you still cringe about? Yo, when you guys asked that question, I'm like, I have to add this because I have a story for you guys. When I was pregnant with my first daughter, 22 years old, in New York's traffic, downtown New York, bumper to bumper, not even on the highway. I'm talking about local traffics in between streets and everything. My aunt was driving. I was like 8 months pregnant. Let's talk about it. Oh, you don't even want to know what happened. But is that something that I cringe about? I do like, I'd be like, oh, I can't believe I did it, but fucking I did it. You know what I mean? So that's one of those moments, but you're going to find out right now. When I was like 8 months pregnant, I was almost 9 months pregnant. And I was driving with my aunt, and it was traffic in New York. And I had to do number two. Yeah, number two. And I've always been like, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I gotta do when I gotta do it, how I gotta do it, where I gotta do it. So I really had to go. So I told my aunt to pull over. Mind you, this was like a one-way street where if you double park, you block the incoming traffic. So if you're double parked, you're blocking traffic. So it's only a one-way street. I had my aunt pull over. Cars in the back of her stop. I opened the passenger door. I was in the passenger seat, so I was opened the back passenger door and my passenger door, and I ended up going number two in New York City, and this in the beautiful state of New York City. Number two, yeah. And my aunt gave me some toilet paper. I ended up cleaning myself, and we continue our journey home. And that was like a moment where I'm just like, I can't believe I did this. But it felt so good after I did it, right? And plus, if I got stopped by the cops or if I got a ticket, hello, I'm pregnant. What do you want me to do? You want the shit to come out of my mouth? It needs to come out of somewhere, right? So that was one of my cringiest moments. I know it's kind of cringy, it's kind of nasty, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. Let's go. Has anyone ever slid into your DM and you don't even know who they are? And they think you're someone that you're not, but you still continue to talk to them to see where it goes. Hmm. Has that happened to you? I always get mistaken with a lot of people. Everyone's like, "Oh, you have a twin. I know someone that looks like you. Oh, you remind me of this. You remind me of that." There was this one guy that told me if I went to high school with him in Tennessee, and this guy looked really good, like really good. And I said, "Tennessee? What school?" Because I didn't want to talk out of my ass. He tells me the high school. I'm like, coincidentally, I did. I ain't never been to Tennessee in my life. And we started talking. But long story short, short story long, we ended up stop talking, right? But sometimes you gotta lie to get what you want, right? I work for AT&T and T, and I go to a lot of customers' house. So if you got kids, I got kids. If you got horses, I got horses. So I try to relate to all my customers. So I'm like, I improvise every time I go to a customer's house, and I try to relate to whatever's going on in the vicinity. So yeah, have you ever slid in someone's DM and talked to them without even knowing who they were? And I'm not talking about like dating, just like, oh yeah, I remember you. You remember me? Yeah, right. I've never seen you in my life. What's your most out of pocket night, drunk night? I need to hear from you guys. Have you guys ever gotten drunk and you've had an out of pocket experience, and then you wake up and then you're like, what happened? Where am I? It happened to me. So I want to tell you guys that the older you get, the more you realize that passing out and getting drunk, it's overrated. It's not even cute. Nobody wants to babysit you. So I remember this one time, I had an awesome night. Wake up, I don't even know whose house, whose couch, where the hell I'm at. And I'm in Georgia. So I was actually visiting. I was actually here with my cousin. And when I woke up, I'm in the couch. She's on the floor laying down. And I go up to her and I wake her up. I'm like, Patricia, let's go, let's go. Like, where are we? Where are we? And she's like, what? Oh. And I'm like, girl, where the hell are we? Long story short, we were in some people's house that we had met that day in the club. You know how dangerous that could have been? We could have been raped. We could have been killed. We could have been molested, like whatever. So yeah, those drunken nights for me are no more. I wanted to talk about this subject because it's all fun and game until someone gets hurt. So even last night when I went out with my friends, I had a couple of drinks, and at the towards the end of the night, I was like, you know what? I need to hydrate. Let me drink some water. Let me drink some water because I shouldn't even be driving like this, but I shouldn't even be out and about. I should be taking Ubers. So yes, just be mindful when you're drinking. If you know you're gonna drink and that's gonna impair your judgment, just make sure that you don't drink and drive, or just take a Uber. A DUI nowadays can cost you over $10,000. It can cost you your job. It could cost you your life, someone else's life. So it's not worth it. And I'm saying this for me, myself, and I as well. So yeah, have you ever drank and woken up somewhere where you're like, where am I at? Who this be? I know. Think of us when we were younger. Are we having a full blown conversation amongst ourselves, or we're asking questions? What are we doing here? Because all that chit chat you and Eddie have going on, you could do that on your personal time. Thank you. Where are the questions? Can we relate and can we ask questions? And let's be mindful and let's be cordial about this show. Thank you. Next question. I wanted to ask you guys this question, but it's not that it's ever happened to me because I'm not that type of girl. I don't get caught. I do the catching. But have you guys ever been caught cheating? Have you? I don't even know what that feels like. I don't know what that is because it's never happened to me, but I know it's an awful and really bad experience. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. But I haven't caught any of my significant others cheating on me ever that I know of because I'm a little cuckoo. Cuckoo. Yeah. So we're just gonna skip that. We're gonna skip that question because it's never happened to me. So we're just gonna keep it moving. We don't do that. We don't chase them. We replace them. And ladies, if you see that your man is cheating on you, value yourself and have some self-respect and morals and get the hell out of that situation. If he cheats on you once, he's gonna keep on doing it. And a guy that cheats on you doesn't love you because if he loved you, he would have thought about the consequence. So that's my motto. I'm single because I want to date around. If I'm not gonna, if I'm gonna have a relationship, that means I'm not gonna date no more, and I have to be submissive to one man. And I'm single, bilingual, and ready to mingle. So yeah. Let's talk about this other question. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions? Where's everybody at? Arlene? I mean, Arlene, where's Andrea? Where's everybody? Tiffany, ¿a dónde tú estás? ¿Dónde está todo el mundo? ¿Dónde está mami? ¿A dónde está todo el mundo que está supuesto estar apoyándome? Yo no estoy entendiendo este programa, señores. Con tres gatitos. And we're just talking about confessions. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to confess? Any confessional stories out there? So definitely, tonight is not about acting innocent. It's confession time. Is there anything you guys want to confess? This is your safe place. We don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. I love that. Oh, I love that for me. I love that we could listen to each other and not judge and just learn from each other's mistakes. We're trying to go over a couple more things that I wanted to touch base with you guys. But my cue card, because I've been drinking this, is all smeared, so I can barely see what I wrote. Guys, who's guilty of this? How many times have people text you and then you don't text them back, but yet you post something on social media and they're like, "Yo, bitch, she saw my text, but she can't even write back." My God, I hate that. And I know I do it too, but sometimes I look at the text, I'm like, I'll get back to it because I'd be so busy or whatever, but then I forget. Like for real, I forgot what I ate yesterday. So I know I'm guilty of that. And that's why I brought this question up because I always read text and I read it and I'm like genuinely like I really wanna, but then I get distracted and I'm like really quick to get distracted. So I get a call, my daughter's talking to me, somebody's asking me questions, and I totally forget. So yeah, and then later on, I'm here on social media because we have to post 2 to 3 times a day so we could have the algorithm moving and like that to see if we could be famous and make some money. And then I totally forget and I'm posting stuff and they're like, "Yo, I just wrote you a message. Why you didn't write back?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I forgot. I promise I forgot." And I did forget. From Miami Springs. Oh, look who joined. Hello there, Christopher. Hello. Welcome to our live. Let me ask you something, Christopher. You just bought a Dubai chocolate with me, right? You just bought me a Dubai chocolate. And as you were reading the calorie deficit, the calorie countdown, the carbs and sugar, you found out that this whole bar of Dubai chocolate comes with over 1,000 calories. You said it was about like 250 for every square that you eat, etc. So after you started complaining about the ingredients in this Dubai chocolate, after you talked so much shit about how fatty and how unhealthy it is, I told you to give it back to me and you walked away with the chocolate. So sometimes in life, we need to shut the fuck up. So I know your fat ass ate all the chocolate already because I know you. You're not moderate and you're not jealous of qua. So you probably ate half the bar. Just remind you, you just ate 500 calories. You're about to eat 1,000 calories because I know that chocolate's gonna be over by the end of the day. I still ate a, oh, you're such a fatty boy. I know you did. He's like, don't ever give me these chocolates to buy again. Yeah. I love you, brother. I want you to get fat. I don't want you to get skinny. You have to be the fattest one from the family so we can all clown you. Heads up. You're the circus. You're the clown of the family. I love it. Let's go back to our regular programming. Please hold. So we talked about ignoring text, but then posting on social media. I think we're all guilty of that. Mm. Oh my God. I swear to God, I have like 20 freaking hats. Who's guilty of seeing people in public and trying to avoid them? So who's guilty of when you see somebody be like, "Oh, oh," and then you try to swerve them? Me, I do it all the time. I do it to my brother. that lives next door. Every time he comes to see me, I look at the camera and I'm like, nah, not today, not today. No, but on another note, I'm out and about in the streets, and I work with a lot of customers, and I work with a lot of people, and I sell cell phones with AT&T. So there's a lot of customers. Not a lot, but there's some customers that they're just like very anal and they're very like. You know what I mean? Like you got to deal with them, right? So sometimes you don't answer their calls because you're just like, I don't got time for this. I'm not tech support. I just sell. And but then you see them out and about. You see them in the mall or you see them at the beach, and then you'll be like, "Oh, cómo tú estás? How are you? How are you? Oh, I've been trying to call you. I was on vacation. Somebody died, so I'm always using that excuse. So I'm always swerving and curving people out in the street. I know, I know, I know. We have to do better to avoid talking to them because sometimes you don't want to talk to nobody. I spent the whole day talking to people at work. I have to sell cell phones. I have to talk to people every day. And I have to talk to nice people, rude people, mean people, ugly people, pretty people. There's a lot of people I talk to. So by the time I come home, I don't want to talk to nobody. And on my day off, I don't want to talk to nobody. And I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to be left alone. Once I'm in this cave, once I'm in my asylum, once I'm in this house, I just want to be left alone. Like all the noises. I hear noise. I hear noises all over. But yeah. So not only when I'm out and about, even in the house, people come in. And if you don't call before coming to my house or you don't text me before coming, I could stand right here and watch you knock on that door and I'll be like, nobody's home. Nobody. I'm so petty. You guys, today's episode was brought to you by Confessions. Confessions of a Real One, me, Monica. I want to thank everybody who joined. If you didn't watch the show, if you weren't able to tune in, please log in and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Monica After Dark, with your host, Monica. And if you ever want to confess, you guys could always call me and you could confess. Yo soy una tumba. I'm like a grave. Anything you tell me goes to the grave. Well, not everything, because sometimes it doesn't want to go to the grave and it wants to be shared to the world. So sometimes I have to explore that option as well. But yes, I'm here. I'm here. Confession is over. And thank you, everybody who joined. I hope everybody has a beautiful, blessed night. And this is Monica tuning off. Bye, guys.